So, recently news broke that despite David Ayer's earlier protestations that the theatrical version of Suicide Squad is indeed his true vision of the movie, and that there is not gonna be any director's cut coming to home media anytime soon, guess what? There is indeed gonna be an extended version of Suicide Squad after all. That's right, folks. With just a couple of extra minutes of footage, as well as $30 of your hard-earned money, and all of Suicide Squad's problems can be resolved once and for all.
Is this what they consider the DC expanded universe? Every single fucking movie they have has a director's cut version.
Yes.
It's like movie DLC. For $30 extra, you can see the real movie, not the shit you saw in the theaters.
This is outrageous, and I'll tell you why, because this is basically a money extortion scheme. What Warner Brothers does, it releases an ostensibly final version of a movie to the theaters, and then it has the viewers pay to be quality testers. In addition to reaping the financial rewards, then DC also takes all the criticism that the movie has accrued and then tries to slap together some ultimate version that addresses all the problems, but then of course they sell this for an additional cost.
You get the patch for an extra $30 on Blu-ray.
Unless they forked out loads of money to replace the woman who plays Enchantress, I don't see how they're going to fix all the film's problems.
I know, she's doing this belly dance shit. You know, like those inflatable, like, jerky epileptic things that are outside of like a car lot? That's what the Enchantress looked like to me. It was like, I am the Enchantress.
She's both possessed by a demon and epileptic at the same time.
Oh, but according to what I've seen in the trailer, they're, I guess, teasing more Jared Leto, Margot Robbie interactions. Like, they're actually going to show more of the stuff that was left on the cutting room floor regarding Joker and Harley Quinn and their quote-unquote romance, although from what I understand, I doubt they're going to repair the larger issues, which are like Joker and Harley Quinn have always had like this abusive relationship, and I guess when they tried showing that to test audiences, they balked.
But remember, this is a movie for the fans, Matthew.
Yes, exactly. Not the popcorn-munching masses, it's for the fans.
Yeah, exactly. That's why they changed Enchantress's backstory. That's why they changed all the costumes. And you know what? I think that even if they do, if it's just 13 minutes of just Jared Leto scenes, that's still not going to be all of Jared Leto's scenes. He said there was enough in there to potentially make a whole Joker movie.
Well, apparently from what I've heard, he had a very different idea of what the final product will even look like, so I'm not sure if all of those scenes will even mesh well with this Deadpool/Guardians of the Galaxy mashup that DC executives were apparently going for with Suicide Squad.
in a panic. Like, we gotta do dark and gritty. Oh shit! Well, Guardians of the Galaxy is making millions of people like it and has a $1 million soundtrack. So that means in the first 5 minutes we gotta cram in 5 fucking different songs. And then of course Deadpool comes out, so it's like, oh, Captain Boomerang's got to have a unicorn too, and he's got to be a little bit on the sexual deviant side, and we need more comedy, folks. We need more comedy. And I'm just glad they didn't do a like real fourth wall breaking. That would have been a fucking mess.
Well, I don't know what kind of logic they use to take out the abusiveness of their relationship when that is at the heart.
Feminist logic.
Well, I mean, it's like, imagine if they made Game of Thrones but decided that the relationship between Tyrion and his dad was too antagonistic, so they removed it.
Tyrion just accidentally shoots his dad on the shitter.
Yeah.
I was cleaning the crossbow and it just went off.
Whoopsie.
I accidentally slept with your prostitute ex-girlfriend.
It turns into a sitcom, 2.5 Men. Or they're 1.5.
1.5 Men!
Additionally, here's something else that I don't understand. In response to all the justified negative reviews of Suicide Squad, the fans of the movie tried to... We all know about that petition. They tried to start to shut down Rotten Tomatoes because of 2 whole negative reviews of DC movies. But here's the problem. It wasn't just the fanatics. The general consensus, even amongst casual viewers, was that DC, and by extension Warner Brothers, they were somehow the underdogs. Because, Marvel has a monopoly on the superhero movie genre. So DC has to win because they have to dethrone the evil tyrant Marvel. But here's the fucking thing. They talk about DC and Warner Brothers as though they're some independent filmmakers. Warner Brothers Studios has been in the business for nearly a century, and they're injecting millions of dollars into these movies, and they cannot make a competent film. And somehow we're supposed to feel sorry for them? If anything, Marvel's the underdog here. And even though not all of their movies are perfect, they have their own fair share of flaws, but still, let's be realistic here, people.
Well, I mean, it's because film studios nowadays are so afraid to take any risks. I mean, you look at the 70s and 80s and look how many risky films there were back then that became big hits. Look at Rocky. Sylvester Stallone tried to sell that film to so many studios, and they kept saying, well, okay, we'll take it on, but we want to cast this guy as Rocky. And he was like, no, I want to do it. So when everyone else turned him away, he turned to United Artists, which of course was set up by Charlie Chaplin for exactly that reason, so that people could make the films that they wanted to make.
Yes.
And it became such a huge hit, it made him a star.
You gotta admit, if Sylvester Stallone came walking into a studio going, "I got a movie," people would be like, "What? Excuse me?" Yeah, we need someone who can articulate.
Although, to be serious for a second, you gotta remember something, Natalie. The 70s and the 80s was a time when movies still had directors. They had a vision to them, whereas these days, especially when it comes to superhero movies, it seems to be a design by committee. And this applies not just to DC, but also to Marvel, because let's not forget about Ant-Man and how Edgar Wright was given the boot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And even to an extent Deadpool, because Deadpool sure as hell didn't get a $100 million budget. They gave him like $50 million and were like, okay, see what you can do. Fuck it. Mm-hmm. This is chump change. And they're like, all right, we'll take it. And then they fucking certainly blew X-Men Apocalypse out of the water as far as reception and earnings. So box office earnings. Mm-hmm. But the idea of DC fanboys getting pissed off at Marvel because DC's the underdog and it deserves to somehow get a movie that's well received. I'm sorry, but I think movies are somewhat a meritocracy. It's a pathetic view if, like, say, like, the person who wins a singing contest should be the one who's most desperate to win, the underdog, and not the one who actually sings the best. People who prefer meritocracy are usually the ones who can actually perform, and people who oppose it are usually weaker people. If you oppose the meritocracy, it's almost a confession of incompetence, desire, and bias hatred.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but, Matt, I want to see my favorite superheroes on the big screen! I want to see a hot girl dress up as Harley Quinn! But then again, that's when Anyway's here, so...
Zing. It's just that, yeah, you can see your character on the screen, though, but if the studios are going to fuck up the movie and people don't like it, well, you can't shut down Rotten Tomatoes for that. I mean, that's bullshit. That's censorship.
It's almost as if there's this obsession with not being content with having a film in its animated form. It has to be live action, it has to be in cinemas worldwide, and everyone has to see it, because there are plenty of good DC films out there.
They're all animated, yep.
Yeah. Assault on Arkham is what Suicide Squad should have been. It would have been a perfect way to introduce all of these DC villains, because of the bit at the end where the prison breaks down and everyone escapes from the asylum. And it would have given a reason as to why all the superheroes would suddenly now have to come out of retirement. Because don't forget, this Batman is meant to be like an old Batman, right? Mm-hmm. So it explains why he has to sort of almost come out of retirement in a way, because all of these villains have just been let loose onto Arkham.
Well, not to mention that it actually gives the villains an adversary or a goal that would be somewhat obtainable. Oh, fucking ancient gods are coming out and they're shooting another blue laser into the sky. Who do we send in? Oh, how about a crazy girl with a baseball bat and a guy who throws boomerangs?
Oh yeah, Wonder Woman was too busy.
Exactly. Green Lantern! If he's not moonlighting as Deadpool.
No, but... So everyone's praising Margot Robbie's performance in this film as one of the best selling points, but I mean, if you really want to see her performance in this film, you might as well just go watch Man with Two Brains.
Beautiful. Or can I see the rest of you? Mama. Where can we go?
We can go to my room. It's on the 4th floor. My name's Fran. I'm an American. I guess you could say I'm a member of the Peace Corps. Get it? I know my voice is terrible. It irritates people so much they usually just want to kill me.
Oh, I'm not gonna kill you. I'm just gonna hurt you. Really, really bad.
Duke, oil. You like music? That's my favorite song, you know? Duke, oil. Duke, oil. Duke, oil. Come on, Duke, we're gonna have some fun. Duke, oil.
This is what it means when we swing on your brother.
Hey there folks, CineMax here. Thanks for watching the first episode of the new resurrected CCS video podcast. Hope you enjoyed it. In the meantime, don't hesitate to click on any of the video thumbnails on the right side of the screen to check out some of our previous content. And hey, if you enjoy the kind of work that we do, then help spread the word by supporting us on Patreon, subscribing to our YouTube channel, or following us on social media. Once again, thanks for watching, and I will see you all next time.